All right, good evening, everyone. We're just getting set up. Come on in the room. If you are attending on YouTube, thank you much. Make sure you like and subscribe if tonight helps you see anything you like. If let's see here, let me fix my volume. Okay, so we're gonna give some more people some time to come in. Come on in and put your location, your city, your state in the chat so I know where you are. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, we are starting soon. We're just waiting for everybody to get in. If you registered for the class, then you should have got an email with a workbook that we're going to use tonight. If you did not register for the class, then I can drop the workbook in the chat in just a few minutes. But we are here to work tonight. This is a working class. Those of you who are just coming in, go ahead and drop your city, state, location in the chat. And we have a couple more people waiting on. Welcome, Regina from Durham. Springfield, Virginia in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Y'all know I am right here in North Carolina, Garner, North Carolina. Glad to have you all this evening's class. All right, it's 8:04, so we're going to get started. So tonight's class is Talent is Treasure. I am going to share a presentation with you, and I have a workbook. You can follow along. If you did not get the workbook, if you did not register early enough, then I can send the workbook a little bit later. Let's see. I don't think I can drop it in the chat. But I will get that. I will get that to you. Maybe when we stop to do some brainstorming, that's when I get it to you. Because like I said, this is a working meeting. We're gonna come out here tonight with something that you can use for your business. So I am going to share my screen and share a presentation with you. Let me get a thumbs up in the chat if you can see my screen. Can we see the screen? Thumbs up if we can see the screen. All right, let's move on. So talent is treasure. So when I started my business, people said, okay, you have to pick one talent. Well, I have multiple talents. And I was just like, how can I just choose one? And so for a long time, I really tried to choose one. But that just was not working for me. But now I have figured out a way that I don't have to choose one talent. And so I am so excited to share that with you tonight. So this class is going to last about an hour. And we should come out with something that we could use. So grab your workbook, grab your pen, and let's start writing some stuff down. So think about all of your talents. Think about them. All of your talents think about what people ask you. Just kind of brainstorm right now. Just don't write anything down and just kind of think about it. So I kind of think about this as a big umbrella. The big idea. Want all these ideas under one umbrella. Here's the big idea. So now we're going to start writing. So I want you to write down. You don't have to pick. So you don't have to pick one lane in this class, right? We're going to explore all of them. So write down your talents. Write them down. What do people come to you for? What do you enjoy? So by the end of this class, you should have a full inventory of all your talents, real product ideas for each one of them, and one signature product that you can start selling this week. And the confidence to charge for what you are worth. Because we don't lowball our products. We charge for the products, the materials, and our time. That is the most important thing. Charge for your time. So I am going to give you guys a few minutes to write some things down. Also, write down as a note to yourself, write down you do not have to pick one lane. I'm calling this an umbrella, and I call my umbrella party favors. You do not have to call them party favors. You can call them celebration tools, whatever you want to call them. I may, just to let you know, I may say party favors tonight. And I know that this is not what people consider when they think about party favors, but just to let you know, I'll be using the terminology tonight. So I am going to give you, it is 8:09. I'm going to give you about 3 more minutes. Brainstorm, go really deep. Think about what people come to you for. What do they ask you about? What do you do without even thinking about it? What would you do if no one was paying you? If you have the workbook, there are also a list of check boxes there. If you have the workbook, then you can use those check boxes as well. All right, you don't have to pick anything that you're gonna need. Expensive equipment. You can check every box on that sheet if you have all those talents. No shame tonight. Whatever you want to share. No shame in your game. Okay. So is there anyone who would like to share some of their talents either in the chat or if you're on Zoom, then you're welcome to come off of mute and share. Anybody want to share any of their talents in the chat? You can type it in the chat. You don't have to come on mute if you don't want to. Or you can share them with just me if you don't want to share them with the group. Nobody have any talents tonight? None? Nobody on here got talents. We creators. I know people got talents. Y'all got to talk back to me. Thank you. I see graphic design, writing, crafting, digital design, media, photography. Welcome, Ruth. She just joined us. So we're talking about our talents. We're writing down every talent that we can think of that we have, what do people come to us for, what we do for free, no one was paying us. So we're just writing these things down. And some people are sharing them in the chat.
Please forgive me for not being able to write in the chat. I'm driving.
Oh, it's okay. It is okay. So you can just brainstorm and think about it. So now that you have all of your talents, I want you to think about what you can use and how you can combine these talents. And that workbook should help you combine those. Let me see if I can. Let me share the workbook a little bit here. So if you have the workbook, you'll see it says, what we just went over is, what do people always compliment you on? What can you lose track of time doing because you love it so much? Think about, if you use your talents, like what have you made for someone's birthday, wedding, event, a celebration, just for a friend? And this is the check box I was telling you guys about. Just going down, checking all those. Any talents on those sheets. So our next step is going to pick your power 3. So you remember, you don't have to pick one, so I at least got 3 here. Okay, write down the talent and why it made the cut. You can pick your top 3 talents. Whatever talent that is, and why did it make the cut? And as you can see, there are 3 categories you can look at. Did it make the cut? Why did it make the cut? And then, does it bring you joy? Did it make the cut because it's more of a skill set, or is it giftable? So you can circle all that applies there. So, for example, tonight I already asked my friends if I could use her, but she sews, but she also sings. So I'm going to use some of the examples in the chat and that one as like a couple of gifts, because when we look at those 2 things, it's like, oh, I can sew and I can sing, but you look at those as 2 different things. Like how, so you got to think about, like, how can you put those together? How can we put those things together? All right, so hopefully you have chosen your top 3 talents and why they made the cut, and circle if they brought you joy, or it was just a skill that you have, and if it's giftable. So some of them may be all 3, some of them may be just 2 or just 1. Okay, so here's why we get into it. This is the party favor bridge. And like I said, I am saying party favor, but you don't have to call this party favor. I said party favor because I'm thinking like you can use this for celebrations, um, of any kind. So we're looking to be able to sell our products 365 days of the year. So what can we do with these products? And so I am just using examples here of different people's talents. If you are a photographer, you can take pictures at school, you can do couples, anniversaries, children. Um, Maybe you like children and you have the photography skill, you could specialize in make that niche that you take pictures of children because kids sometimes I have a picture of me crying because I was, for some whatever reason, scared of the camera as a kid. So some people specialize in getting the kids to smile. So that's two talents that you could put together. Custom crafting and DIY. You could do themed treat boxes, custom gift boxes, decorated candy bars, event planning. You could combine that with favor packages, party themes, favor styling, jewelry making. You can make charm designs, birthstone favors, a bridesmaid gifts, jewelry, even memorial gifts, right? So sometimes people want a necklace with their loved one and that's passed on. So if you make jewelry, then you tap it into funeral homes and nursing homes and Mother's Day and Father's Day, even school, college. Kids go to college, they miss, they're homesick. Maybe they want now you go photography combined with jewelry making. Now you got pictures that you can make and put in the jewelry, and boom, you got a gift for 365 days of the year. Valentine's Day. I mean, the sky is the limit. Of course, t-shirt designs, which is what I started with. So I started just thinking about, okay, I can do family reunions, I can do somebody want a birthday shirt or something like that. But then I was like, well, how can I make this as a party favor? Because because people want t-shirts for everything because t-shirts bring unison. So I made t-shirts for kids parties. So like the little 5, 6 year olds, they have the party, they get the little bag with the t-shirt in it, and everybody can change when they get there, and everybody got matching t-shirts. So think outside the box. Memorial gifts. Sports. Somebody's kid playing sports, they want the shirts to say go Jason, with his picture on it. So there you go. You got all all these choices that you have. And then you want to start to bundle gifts. So you bundle gifts to them, but you want to bundle your gifts. So now I do photography, so I can take a picture of them and put it on the shirt, right? Or if you do photography, then you know how to edit photos. And so I've had people send me a horrible photo and now I'm expected to blow it up on the shirt. So you know how to edit pictures, then whatever photo they send you, then you can clean it up, right? And it makes your product um look look even better. Let's see. Baking. So of course you can make little bags of cookies to go for any event. Like we always ready to eat. Is one thing people gonna do is feed their face. So you have all these ideas with baking, calligraphy. You can write name tags, like for Christmas, people looking for fancy name tags or something unique. So that is also an option. And then we have digital designs, the templates, the favor bags, the box designs, and also you have a laser engraver, um, wood keepsakes. And so I said I was going to use the example um, of a dear friend who sews and sings. So she knows how to sew, she knows how to sing. So, and she makes blankets. So if she made the blanket, she could deliver it with a personal song. She could have a recorded song. She could have the blanket in a box, nice ribbon, record herself singing on the QR code, put the QR code in the gift. Now the person gets a personal serenade when they get the blanket. or a lullaby if she's selling a baby blanket, right? Or there's ways, to put the QR code on a little bear, or put the sound, if you record your voice and put it on the sound box, put the sound box in the bear, then you squeeze the bear, her voice sings a lullaby for the baby that goes with the baby blanket. Boom, you got a whole gift set using your two talents. Let's see. Okay, so I've gone over some ideas. So now is your turn to create your favors with, or your favors or your ideas. Um, I want to welcome Zan. She just entered. Thank you for coming. We were talking about, we brainstormed our gifts, and we've written them down, and we picked our top three that we think that we can use as a gift, or to be marketable. And we just talked about how we can combine those things into gifts. And as when you came in, I was talking about the blanket and the singing as an example of two gifts that people may think it's hard to put together, or they don't have anything to do with each other. But it's all in what you make it. Like, you can market yourself any way you want. So, I mean, singing lessons, right? Whatever. You can market yourself any way that you want to. You just got to put yourself out there so that people will know you, know who you are, and know what you do. So it's your turn now to write down your talents and what idea you can come up with your talents. You listed your talents, you listed your top ones. You need to go back and revisit that. But now we're going to write down a combo idea. How can you mix your two talents that you had? We're going to take about 5 minutes or so. 6 minutes is 8:24 now. I'm going to check the chat, and I want you guys to work on that. I'm going to look in the chat and see who's responded, and let's see. Looking in the chat, I see crafting and photography, digital design, writing. You can write a poem to go with your photography. That will be a gift. I am going to, oh, I got somebody that can't get in. I'm just gonna give you guys a few more minutes, and I'm gonna stop talking so you guys can concentrate. If you have any questions for me, you can enter them into the chat. Well, welcome Regina Stevenson in. She just came in to join us. I'm gonna fill her in right quick. So we talked about exploring our talents. So we've written our talents down, all of our talents, and now we picked the top 3 to 4 talents, and we are combining and we're writing down how we can combine our talents. And the example that I used was if you're a singer and you make blankets, then you can buy a teddy bear. You could sing, record the recording in the teddy bear. So when the baby pressed the teddy bear, it was your voice. So now you have a teddy bear and a blanket combination that you can sell to new moms, new families, even um, people who are in nursing homes. Then the family gives them a blanket for comfort. So now everyone's exploring their talents and what talent combinations they can come up with to use their one or more talents to create an idea. So you're using your own talents to create a combination idea that you can sell and make marketable. All right, I'm giving you guys one more minute. All right, so let me know what ideas you came up with. Put them in the chat. What ideas did you come up with? What 2 talents of yours that you combine? Because our talent is our treasure. God gave us these talents and as a gift to us, and how we nurture them and grow them is our gift back to Him. So tell me in the chat what combinations you came up with, what ideas. It doesn't have to be perfect, just share. Did y'all fall asleep on me? Nobody came up with any combinations? Come on, y'all. I can't teach if I don't get no information in the chat to give you feedback to help you out. What we got? What do we have? Nobody has anything? I need to go over here to my YouTube folks and see what they have. Know somebody. Okay. Regina Stevenson said she can cook and she can. So what can she sell, y'all? She can sell some good old canned food, some um jams and jellies, because we, like I said, we all love to feed our face, don't we? So she can sell some good old jams and jellies. She can put the label on them. They can be, she can make smaller ones, right? And then they could be party favors or just special sales for special events. For example, we getting ready to do a women's trip from our church. So I'm looking for stuff to put in a little bag, to give them. So I usually look for, I want something unique. I want to use the same thing I used last time. So that would be something unique, right? If I had smaller jars of jellies or jams with her label on it. So now everybody on the trip is going to know who she is and what she does. And then we're staying for a few days. So we're going to cook breakfast. So now everybody can pull out, well, or either I could buy a big jar too, right? So people get to test it or different flavors. And now she has all these people that went on the retreat um, buying her jelly because it was so good, her jams and jellies because it was so good. So and let's see, Ruth said event planning and encouragement. Now you know we need to plan some events because you know some folks will tear an event up. They are looking for somebody to lead them in that event. So that in itself um is a sale. And then she has the encouragement part. So when you have events, a lot of people are looking for motivational speakers. So that's two. She can help you plan the event, and then she's gonna come in and motivate you. And while she helping you plan the event, she's gonna motivate you more to stay on task. So that's two of her talents that she can put together, and she can package it up and sell it. So she can present herself as an event planner and a speaker when those two things they go hand in hand. And there you go. God gave us these talents to use. Your talents will make room for you, but we have to put them in front of somebody because if we don't, then they don't know who we are. They don't know that we can cook and can. They don't know that we can sing and make blankets. They don't know that we can encourage people. They don't know until we put it out there. And I've seen uh so many people just pulling things from AI and it's not a true talent. They're just making stuff up. Or you attend the class and you don't get information. You pay for the class and then they offer free class and then they talk about their paid class more than they do with the free stuff that they're supposed to be offering you in that class. So um, you have so many opportunities to monetize your talents. Just open your mouth and talk. Get on YouTube, Facebook. Just say who you are. Just be you. You don't have to be perfect. Your hair don't have to be perfect because people want to be able to relate. And if you show up perfect every single day, they can't relate to that. They may want that, but they can't relate. So they want someone that they can relate to. So we talked about the blanket could be the memorial keepsake package. I'm going to see. I am going to show the book again, and then like I said, if you didn't get the book, I can send it to you after class. I am just rolling solo tonight, so I don't have anyone. I'm watching the chat and doing everything. Um, so in the workbook, name your signature favor. What talents can you combine it with? And think about the occasions as well, and see things like event planning. That's for weddings, birthdays, just because pulling people together, um, anniversaries, church anniversaries, different things like the sky's the limit, right? See, and then also go ahead and write down the materials that you're going to need for these talents so that you can start thinking about the cost of them. Go ahead and write down the supplies that you're going to need and the cost of them. And now think about what would you charge for your favor or your set, your favor, your gift, whatever you want to call it. What would you charge for this? Remember, charge for the materials and your time, not just for the materials. Trust me, I've done it before and still do it sometimes now. Ruth said event certification needed. And so we can go online and grab that because sometimes like me, I've been planning events since I was 16 and no, I didn't have a certification. But I was doing events. The vendor wanted a certified person. I went online, found me an online class, paid $50, took the class down there, and was done. So Let's see, I don't know why my recording stopped. Yeah, so I went online, got the paper that I needed, but I already knew what I was doing. So don't let that stop you either. Don't let that stop you either. If you're really kind of struggling with charging, go use Chat GPT. It will tell you the truth, and when you don't, when you even when you don't want to hear it. I mean, you have to put like you have to know how much time it takes you to make your product. So put the time in there and put the cost of the materials that you used in there. If necessary, how much materials, if you're, sewing or cooking or whatever, you gotta tell it how much and ask it how much. I mean, I know we go to places like Pinterest and Etsy to check prices, but also ask Chat GPT. I was selling something one time and I was like, let me run through Chat GPT. That thing said, girl, you giving this away for free. So I was like, oh, let me change my price. Let me change my price. So yeah, and if I know that we charge low because we want to sell, right? We really want our product to sell because we feel like it's going to be successful. But if you're giving it away for free or you're not getting the money that's worth your time, then that's not success. That's not success. It's you giving it away and you're not valuing yourself, and so other people are not going to value you too. If they don't want to pay that much for your product, then they are not your audience. Find your audience. There are people out here that will pay. You just got to find them. And because I've been places selling my shirts and some people are like, hey, well, can I get, two for this or two for that? Or, they ask how much is two. That price times two, that's how much it is. Because you don't go to Target and Walmart asking for that. You pay them people that money that was on that sticker. So why are you trying to shortchange a small business? So yeah, if I want to run a sale, I run a sale. That's up to me. But don't be trying to haggle me. Like I don't want if I go to a place to vend and I get that, um, then I probably won't go back. Because that's not the type of audience I want. I want people who appreciate value and they're willing to pay for value. Okay. So all my yapping, you should have by now come up with how much you're going to charge for your item. Let's see. What's next in your workbook? Okay, so look at that. Pastor Regina said see she can sew and she want to switch over to streetwear. So, they got the ties, they got the remade jeans. Because you can sew, you can add different because don't we like some designer jeans? Like I just bought a pair of jean shorts because they had little flowers on the pocket and stuff like that. So, but you can add that to that yourself. You can sew that stuff on to the jeans because um you know how to sew. So you could go to the thrift shop and get jeans and you could add um flowers or whatever to them and bam, you got a new sale. Add some rhinestones in there, like bling it up, and you got a whole new pair of jeans that you bought from the thrift store and just made it your own, custom made. You can cut letters out of fabric, and so that their initials on their jeans or their coat, like the Letterman's jacket. You can make your own Letterman's jacket by just adding things to something that's plain. So you got so many options, even with those blankets like we were talking about. um, I don't know what y'all, but when I went to college, I drank the Kool-Aid, meaning I bought every single shirt they had. I was in college and I wanted to be a part of it. So I wore a shirt. I bought every single shirt they had. I had a t-shirt. Say I was buying a shirt. But then I was like, out of college, we were gonna do with all the shirts. So a lot of people will still want that piece to carry on, but they don't want all those t-shirts. So they ask you to cut that shirt up those shirts up and make a blanket out of them. So that's a whole nother way to reach out, or you could use those patches to make them a shirt or a coat out of the old t-shirts. Or yeah, I mean, and that could go for even like I said, tap back into memorial stuff. Somebody passed on, um, maybe they want a blanket of some of their clothes or grandma's scarf, you know, just maybe in the center of the blanket, or maybe grandma's favorite dress or mom's favorite dress, and you could take a piece out of it and make a blanket for all the siblings, and just each sibling will have a piece of her dress in their blanket. Booyah. Sell it, pack it up and sell it. So here is the action plan. Let's see. Here's the action plan. So gather your supplies you already own for your signature. I'm gonna say favor. So you don't have to go shopping. If you do these things, I know you at least got enough at the house to make one, right? So go ahead and gather those supplies and make one. This is your 7-day challenge. I want to see who gonna do it. Make one prototype. Done beats perfect. This is just a rough draft. Just go for it. It does not have to be perfect. My first shirt, I'm sure, was not perfect. I made mistakes. It's part of business. It's because if you never put it out there, then you never learn, because you never see some of the mistakes. So you have to just step out on faith. You have to put your stuff out there. I know it's a vulnerable position because you like people judge, people talk, whatever, but they talked about Jesus Christ. So get over it. Put your stuff out there, sell it. If you don't ever put it out there again, people will not know about you. You can take a picture of it with your phone. That is fine. If the lighting is not quite right, um, run it through Chat GPT and just tell it, take this picture, keep the picture as is, but give me professional, fix the lighting and make it a professional photo. It will do it. It's so easy these days. Before, you got to have friends try on shirts. We had to pay for additional service to try to layer the things in the pictures and stuff like that, or to get mock-ups. Use Chat GPT to make your mock-ups. It is fine. You want it to be you want it to be realistic. You want it to be your product. So don't have it making up products, but take a picture of your product. If you just need to fix the lighting, it will do it for you. Just upload the picture, tell it to do it. It will do it. Let's see. Show it to 3 people, and ask, maybe what would they pay for it. That's just I have that there. But like I said, regardless of what they say, we charging for our product and our time. Okay, we are charging for all of it. Um, so make sure you ask the right person. Don't ask 3 cheap people. You know when your friends cheat and don't want to pay for nothing. Don't ask them cheap friends. Ask your friend that's go shopping all the time, that love her high-end products, whatever. Ask that person how much would they pay for it. Ask them what packaging they would like. Play around with the packaging. Have you noticed that when you buy an iPhone, the packaging is so nice, you just want to keep the box? Yeah, ask about the packaging. What small thing can you do um, that will enhance your product that doesn't cost a lot? Um, well, you all that know me know that I love my baby Yoda. I don't have one of the bigger ones in here. I got one of those smaller ones. And so this it's someone on Instagram that makes like little clothes and stuff for them. So think about how much money they making for these little things. Like this is not, the other one's like 11, 12 inches. But I just think they're cute. Yeah, I just think they're cute. But think about how much sewing it takes to make something to fit this little man here. Like not a lot. I mean, I can sew. It's not my favorite thing to do, but I can sew. So I know it wouldn't take a lot to make this. but he or she, I don't know which one, they was selling gloves one year, and I thought they were so cute. And I'll be honest with you, bought my baby. I have like 3 or 4 of them, so all of them got a set of gloves. And look, and they were fingerless gloves because you see the fingers aren't long, right? They were fingerless gloves, so the gloves just went across here and around here. So and they were crochet. So think about how much crocheting you had to do to get this done, right? So and they're fingerless. So they ain't got but 3 fingers. They ain't got but 3 fingers. You ain't even you gotta do 5. You got but 3 fingers. Um, so and I bought all of mine one for that Christmas. And when they came, it was just a piece of, a piece of gift tissue paper. When I opened the package, it was a piece of gift tissue paper. So they wrapped each one of them, each set, and really neat in gift wrapping paper, and they put a sticker with a logo on it, and they put a little note in there, a little handwritten note, and that was so cute. It just enhanced it. Like those are so small. First of all, making a killing off of that, and then just adding a little note just made, everybody in the Instagram community start buying stuff from them because it was just so nice the way they packaged it. And y'all know a sticker don't cost a lot of money, and neither does gift wrapping tissue paper. But the fact that they took the time to do it. So I go back to sometimes people may not remember what you said, but they remember how you made them feel. So make sure that your products make people feel special. See, where was I? Okay, what would you pay um a just to set your price? Post it, share your favor, your gift, whatever you want to call it, and your story. Um, use the triple O. We will talk about what the triple O thing is next time, but share your story. People want to know who you are. Who am I? I am Terry Bates from A God-Given Talent. I am the crafting extraordinaire. I started my business in 2017, and I am still going for it. And so being I started in 2017, that means I had it during COVID when everybody stopped buying shirts. So I started making masks. That's when my sewing skills kicked in, right? Say sewing is not my favorite thing to do. And I even think I could sew good enough to sell something, but I was able to figure it out and keep going. And there was plenty times that I wanted to quit. And honestly, when I moved back, um, we were in California for 4 years. When I moved back to North Carolina, I said, I'm going to quit. I'm going to shut this business down. I am completely done. And when I got back to North Carolina, people was like, hey, can you make a shirt? Can you do this? Can you do that? Because I was back around people who knew me and knew what I could do. So I was like, okay, God, well, maybe I'm not shutting this thing down. Maybe we are continuing. So let people know your story. I started crafting as a little kid because I have skin disease called hidradenitis. So when I was 16, I was sitting in one chair and I couldn't move unless someone come pulled me up. I had boils everywhere, and I still have scars, as you can see, still have scars from those. They were underneath my arms, um, around my stomach, they were everywhere. And so I was sitting there all day, couldn't go to school. My schoolwork was brought to me, and so of course I was kind of bored, felt like I had reached the end of TV land. And so, and the bills was piling up. So I started crafting. Um, and my mom took one of the baskets that I made to work, and then her coworkers started buying it because I felt like, okay, all this money is going into my medication. How can I help my mom too? So I started that, and then so that was my first, I think, crafting experience. And then I went off, did my thing. Praise God for healing. Uh, and then I rediscovered it later. Like this is what brings one of the things that brings me passion. I also love to dance. I write plays. I act. I just love the arts. So that's who I am. And so I hope somebody can relate to what I'm saying here. Tell people who you are. Everybody has a story. Everyone's human. No one's expecting you to be perfect. And again, if they are, they're not your customer. So this is the end of your workbook, your 7-day challenge. So you got to post it and then celebrate. Celebrate, then pick which one of the talents you're going to add to your business. Like, did it work out good? Did I really post it? Did I really share it? Did I really talk about it? Did I really put it in front of people? See how it does. I mean, like, I know how to crochet. So I crochet some footies. They sold very well. They sell good in the summertime and the wintertime. The earrings, sometimes not so much, but I still make them if I feel like it, but they're not like a big part of my business, but they're small. So if I want to crochet just to relax, I'll do that and then I can sell them. But you have to think about how long it takes you to do something too, because it took me a long time to make bigger projects. I got so many um pot holders that started out as blankets because I was like, I like my attention span just wasn't there. So be honest with yourself. What did you enjoy? What didn't you enjoy? And what sold and what didn't sell. But make sure you give it a good chance. Don't lay your business to rest just because um, it's not going the way you think it should go. So for everyone who registered for tonight, or if you didn't register, you just hopped on, or if you're on YouTube, if you reach out to me, leave a comment in the chat, then I will share the link. I have a special gift for you. It's called the Passion Finder Workbook. So it's another one of my workbooks that I'm going to give to you for free, that helps you dig a little bit deeper into finding your passion and combining that passion with other passions of yours to create this wonderful gift that you can offer to people. I will be having a session 2 about putting your gift out in front of people more, and being seen more. So if you're interested in that, drop a comment. If you're on Zoom and you registered, then I will send you the information. But if you're on YouTube, then comment treasure in the chat and I will send you the link to part 2 of this class. And if you are on YouTube and you want to come to part 2, and you do treasure, I'll also go ahead and send you the workbook, so that you'll be all caught up for part 2. I am looking at possibly August the 26th for part 2. It would be called Get Seen, Get Sales. So like I said, comment in the chat, or if you jumped on Zoom and you hadn't registered or you got the link from somebody else, then leave me a message in the chat that you need the workbook, and I'll send you the passion book as well. Well, are there any questions that I can answer? We have about 4 or 5 more minutes for the class. Any questions, comments, emotional outbursts? Okay, I will send you the workbook. Let me just make sure, because I jumped into the workbook off my presentation, make sure I didn't miss anything. Talk about pricing, your 7-day challenge. All right, so tonight you have learned to discover, connect, turn your gifts into products, and create and price it. So you shouldn't have left this class with a scattered pile of hobbies. You should have left it with a business plan. You should be ready to go. As I mentioned, August 26th, how to get seen and get paid. I will send you the information on that after the class. Don't forget to comment treasure in the chat if you're on YouTube and you need the book and the information for the next class. All right, let's see. Let me check YouTube just to make sure nothing's going on over here. All right. All right, I don't see any questions in the chat. I see one person saying need the workbook. Thank you guys for coming. I really do appreciate it. And I will be in touch. I am Terry Bates from A God-Given Talent, your crafting extraordinaire, and I will see you next time. Remember, God gave you talents as a gift. The way you nurture them is your gift back to him. Thank y'all. Good night.